Once, in the heart of an ancient forest, nestled between towering trees that whispered secrets to the wind, there lay a tranquil lake. Its waters were as black as obsidian, reflecting the shadows of the surrounding trees like a mirror to another world. The villagers spoke of it in hushed tones, warning their children never to venture near its shores after sunset. Three friends, daring and curious, decided to test the village's superstitions. Mark, the adventurous leader, convinced his two friends, Sarah and Jake, to accompany him on a moonlit expedition to the forgotten lake. They gathered at the water's edge, the only sounds being the nocturnal symphony of crickets and the occasional hoot of an owl. The moon hung low, casting an ethereal glow upon the lake's surface. Mark dipped his hand into the water, feeling a chill that seemed to crawl up his spine. Unfazed, he suggested they rowed to the lake's center, where an ancient tree stood, its twisted branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. As their boat glided across the still waters, the air thickened with an unspoken tension. The forest seemed to encroach upon them, the trees leaning closer as if eavesdropping on the intruders. Mark, sensing the unease, attempted to lighten the mood with laughter, but it was swallowed by the eerie silence. When they reached the ancient tree, Sarah noticed strange carvings on its bark, symbols that seemed to dance in the moonlight. Jake, a student of ancient languages, attempted to decipher them, but his efforts were interrupted by a soft, haunting melody that echoed through the stillness. The melody intensified, emanating from the depths of the lake. The trio exchanged uneasy glances as the water beneath them began to ripple. An otherworldly fog emerged, shrouding the boat and obscuring their vision. From the mist, ghostly figures rose, their faces twisted in agony, hands reaching out as if pleading for release. Mark, Sarah, and Jake were paralyzed with fear as the figures whispered tales of sorrow, betrayal, and long-forgotten tragedies. The ancient tree's branches groaned, its twisted form casting ominous shadows. The boat began to drift aimlessly, guided by unseen hands. The ghostly figures closed in, their whispers growing louder and more desperate. Jake, succumbing to the voices, muttered cryptic phrases in a language long extinct. Mark and Sarah, realizing they were entangled in a curse that bound the forgotten lake to their very souls, frantically tried to row back to the shore. The fog thickened, swallowing them whole. The lake seemed to swallow their very essence, absorbing their memories and dreams. As the last echo of the haunting melody faded, the lake returned to its silent, foreboding stillness. The next morning, the villagers discovered an empty boat adrift by the shore. Mark, Sarah, and Jake were nowhere to be found. The forgotten lake, its secrets buried deep within its obsidian waters, remained undisturbed, waiting for the next curious souls to succumb to its chilling embrace.